And there's also something about like dress for the job you want, right? Like make the album for the venue you want to play. So I'm manifesting stadiums by trying to make stadium music.
There's a whole new self-esteem record out in the world. How proud are you on this bunch of work?
I'm really proud of it. I think it's quite dense and sort of you sort of whiplashy and there's a lot going on, and I kept wondering whether if that felt like the right thing to make and authentic to me and my journey and where I'm at and the music I want to make. But the sort of like the part of me that wants to be like really rich was like, maybe you should have made this more sort of pop than simple, but I didn't, and I'm proud of that.
On your album cover of this new record, are you screaming silently? How was that photo shoot for you? Because it's a massive scream.
There's joy on the album, but there's a lot of frustration and, literally why I've called it A Complicated Woman is that like, I can scream but that screams can mean two things, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm screaming in frustration and like out of the sort of patriarchal like costume I'm stuck in. But then the back of the album I'm giving a big smile, but also is that fake smile. I'm kind of like, it's just the extremes of how I feel and like how womanhood feels like you're just, every smile is not far from being a scream. There's a quote from Coronation Street, the soap, where Bette Lynch says, this isn't a smile, it's the lid on a scream. and it says a lot about the sort of smiles we paint on to survive, like keeps you safe, smiling and nodding in a patriarchal, violent world that we're in. But then also, screaming's fun. It's good for you.
Some things in the music business are changing for the better because female voices are heard much more than like 20, 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. How do you see the music business now? Is it changing for the better? Is it changing to worse? Because where are we now at this point?
Good question. I think it felt like it was changing for the better a few years ago. It felt more diverse and more types of women were being accepted. Feel like just societally, again, it's shifting back to some sort of idea that we should be sort of like attractive and thin and all that kind of stuff. Like, and there's a way more scholarly way to talk about that, but I don't know. It feels like more important than ever that like I stay visible. The music industry sort of reflects the world, so I just got to keep going, keep resisting, and keep going.
Whatever is right for you will guide you through.
When I listen to this record, your music is empowering to me. When I listen to the song, If Not Now, It's Soon, there's a video clip with it as well, which tells the story you just told, I think, because it's women lifting each other up instead of putting them down, right?
Yeah. I mean, and also just trying to remember that I think everyone feels like this. It's not just women, but I do think women get the brunt of it, which is like when you've got this and then this and then this and then this, you'll be happy ever after, or you'll be complete, or you will have done your duty. You know, it still does, even though all of us are living these different dynamic lives, like it still, for me, feels like I have to have a home, I have to have a partner, I have to have a baby, and then I'll be all right. And
yep,
that constant conveyor belt, it just makes you feel like you're failing all the time. And certainly my generation, it feels like we should do all those things. We should be sort of nice wives at home with children, but we were also told we can be anything. And it's just been a head fuck. So, I mean, that song is about a lot of things, but I'm sort of saying like the right thing does find you. And you have to be patient and persistent. And then I think you can apply that to the world and politics and everything, where it's little moments of resistance, just keeping going, not giving up.
Football is, I think, a big thing in your life as well, because a few years ago you were involved in a big stadium anthem as well, with a lot of great female artists like Ellie from Wolf Alice, Olivia Dean, Elle Greenwood from Sports Team, and more artists like that. Was that a thing with this as well? Because it's a lot about football.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up. My great granddad played for Sheffield Wednesday, and it was a real way to connect with my brother and my dad. We went to football a lot, and football was on all the time, all weekend, every weekend. I'm generalizing massively, but sort of like straight, heteronormative, sort of masculine men, they have this place to go and like cry and scream and hug each other and hold each other and sing. And I've always found that so exciting and such a sort of, what am I trying to say? It's just kind of, it's a lovely feeling until it isn't, right? And then it so famously turns. And I think in like pop music and like our world, my like queer pop girly world, where everything's like sort of sexy and cool, I'm like, when do we get to scream? When do we get to fight? When do we get to feel like on the edge of that, like it's on the edge of that violence where it's just like you're fucking alive, do you know what I mean? But instead of the violence, let's just and the football song was, the England ladies team are really good. Like I really hope, the more it goes on and the more eyes there are on it, that then as a nation we get behind them, because it's a lot more fun watching them than it is the men's team.
Welcome to 2025, fuck yeah.